And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion. Of today's game. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And you know they want to win this game, not only for a redemption after losing the first time they met up, but also to be in a situation where they can still win the season series.
That's exactly right. 3 times in all they'll face this team. So a win here to tie it would give them a chance. I mean, it might seem minuscule or trivial, but these are the kind of mental games teams play to psych themselves up for their next opponent.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
So it's the Thunder now, after the basket by Detroit. Ibaka outside. Shoots from the high post, and there's another one for the Thunder.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Ilyasova passes to Morris. To the paint, here's Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Drummond's got his second basket. Thunder have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Jackson against Westbrook, and he dunks it down.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Jackson. The Thunder making the shot. Here's Drummond. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Cantor's checked in.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here. The Thunder leading by 8. Kicks it to Westbrook. And powered down the champ.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Well, when you think about guards who play with without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Pistons trail by 10. Jackson up top. He's covered by Westbrook. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ilyasova. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Ibaka goes in, and it's sent back by Drummond. The shot's good from Cantor.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson I always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the score by Oklahoma City. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Back to Drummond. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Oklahoma City.
You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Al Singler, he's checked in for Durant. Dion Waiters comes in for Roberson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Then for the Pistons, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Johnson comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jennings in for Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. Morris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Off target from the baseline. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Waiters. Augustine passes to Cantor. And Ibaka kicks to Waiters. Here's Augustine. Waiters dishes to Ibaka. And he dunks it down.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Right wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's off from three-point range. And now it's Waiters running. He can go all the way. Rebound by the Pistons. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Here's Johnson. Can't hit. Nice D from Singley.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Thunder lead by 8. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidences.
He trusts you. Every time he punts the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
They made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Steve Blake is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Ilyasova in at the 4-man position. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Morris. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Drummond, and there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Here's Blake. Durant with the steal.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
To the middle. Here's Collison, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
Jackson passes to Morris. Here's Ilyasova, rejected by Collison. To the middle. Here's Westbrook, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Westbrook's got 6.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison's shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Caldwell Pope comes in for Steve Blake. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Jackson against Westbrook. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Jackson.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Down low, shot from 12. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Reggie Jackson. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging 21 points per game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistently. Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free rein.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
He kicks it to Ilyasova. Out to the right wing. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Caldwell Pope.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a two-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Durant, and it's Waiters in for Anthony Morrow. And a switcher also for Detroit. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
From the arc, Thunder with the rebound. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win. And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And, you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
It's tipped, Cantor, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
So for the Pistons, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Blake comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. And Kanter did play well with the increased minutes last season. Clark averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Jennings. Pistons passing it around. Blake dishes to Jennings. And Kanter pulls it down.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
The Pistons shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first one falls. Brandon Jennings hits them both. Now Augustine, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change inside. And Kanter throws it down.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
And so we conclude the first half. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 10. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, what has allowed you to build this lead and get some separation here? Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together, and we had a decent half. We got to keep it going.
Kevin, you've earned a rest. Guys, back to you at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, is coming in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
The second half beginning in just a moment.
What a performance from Durant here. He has 14 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Thunder. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. And it's blocked by Adams. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Jackson. Shot from 12. Goes back up. Ilyasova can't hit.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
It's tipped. It's Jackson with the drive. Thunder with the rebound.
Something needs to change for them here. I mean, starting the half 0 for 5, that's not going to get it done.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Thunder with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. His first shot coming late. And Ibaka kicks to Durant. It's stolen by Morris.
That's 2 unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
And one thing you can't do is string together those kinds of possessions. It can snowball in a hurry.
Outside Durant. Up top Adams. To the wing on the left. 5 on the clock. Durant attacking. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
The Thunder making a change here. Collison's out there, and Detroit with a change here too. Johnson, he's checked in for Morris. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Jackson up top. He's covered by Westbrook. Jackson passes to Drummond. Outside for Jackson. That's short off the rim.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead. No doubt about it.
On defense, Detroit. They're scoreless since the first half. Here's Westbrook. That's good. Westbrook's got 12.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Detroit with a change here, too. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Hey, guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring benches, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
The Thunder leading by 16. It's Westbrook with the drive. Ibaka dishes to Robertson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And it's Jennings at the elbow. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. Steve Blake's checked in for Caldwell Pope.
Coming on the floor for the Pistons, Steve Blake.
Jennings kicks to Johnson. Stolen by Collison. .153 left in the third quarter. Ibaka goes up and lays it nice and easy. Ibaka's got 8. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Here's Robertson, guarded by Blake. Robertson can't hit.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 14-6 run. And Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Collison. Singler comes in for Anthony Morrow. Waiters, he's checked in for Robertson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
One little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make. So pretty when it works.
Show him the ball and then take it to the hoop.
Here's Baines. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Drummond.
Kid, you ready?
Drummond's got 12.
Let's go.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen by Waiters. Down low, the 9-foot shot. Singler for 3, but they recover it. Here's Ibaka. Great D that time from Jennings. Over to the left wing. Here's Blake. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Pistons trail by 18 and on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson, and it's Steve Blake, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here's Durant, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. They get Steve Blake. We all know about Durant's injury last season. Strange, because he was the model of health pretty much before that.
He really was. I mean, just rarely missed extended time. And factoring he, along with Westbrook, two guys who have been really the model of durability. Health is something he nor the fans will ever take for granted again.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Detroit. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Durant in the corner. The feed to Cantor, and stolen by Ilyasova. Here's Morris, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Let's go. You know, a quick note about Kevin Durant and his ability to stay on the floor. Prior to last season, he played in 97% of all games that he could have. That's high-level durability there.
Russell Westbrook in for Augustine.
And thinking about how much Durant has played, that 97% of games played is for international play and playoffs. That's an incredible amount of games that he's suited up for. You wonder if it just wore down his body.
They're spraying.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And on
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You take a look at Atlanta. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
This is a special matchup. I mean, we got here tonight. 2 rival franchises, a lot of history between the two, and some bad blood. So let's just see how all this adds up in terms of drama.
And, guys, I think if you ask them, as far as they're concerned, this game counts twice in the standings. I mean, it carries that kind of weight. It really holds that kind of significance for both of them.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the 3.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Here's Teague. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to Horford, and stolen by LeBron. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's James. Kept alive. Mozgov. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Now here's Teague after LeBron James's miss. Outside Teague. It's Millsap with the drive. Mozgov with the block. Now Cleveland moving it up. And the dunk by LeBron.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Teague. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Cleveland moving it around. LeBron James on the wing. Puts it up from 15, and that misses badly. Air ball.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And Teague, here we go, and that one's good.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award. I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Now here's Korver. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Teague. On the wing, Korver. Millsap kicks to Teague. 4 on the clock. And the rejection by James. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Shumpert comes in for James. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Smith, and it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. It's pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved coach of the year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio. But he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Now Patterson, following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Count the bucket. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now here's Schroeder. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Scott kicks to Cephalosha. Back to Scott. To the left side wing. Here's Splitter, and Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And now the first timeout called here.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate the top.
So they definitely maintain their focus in their core. They put on a real entertaining comeback. And that's always a feel-good game when you can win it like that.
It's like a shark in the water when they start to smell blood. I mean, you could just see as the game went on, they started to sense that they would have an opportunity, and then the energy just kept on building, and ultimately they get the win.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Cephalosha following the score by Cleveland. Knocked loose, taken away by Williams. And stolen by Scott. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Splitter with a screen on Shumpert. Patterson dishes to Splitter. Schroeder with the ball. He's against Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Makes it off the glass. Schroeder's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Pass to Dellavedova. On the wing, Shumpert. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Let's take him back.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it, and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
And I really think you've got to love the way they protected the rim today. I mean, a good number of blocks in the first half.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. The forwards are LeBron and Thompson. And it's Mozgov in at the center position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
That's an elite club to be in. Only the
is.
true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
It's deflected. And Bazemore kicks to Korver. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they force.
And one thing the box score doesn't show us is how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. But I think it was a huge factor.
Now here's Irving. He had 13 points in the win against Orlando.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. Fourth, LeBron James.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
LeBron with it. Millsap covering. It's LeBron with the drive. Comes up empty down low.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. Now here's Teague. He has 7. Bazemore passes to Horford. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's T, following the basket by LeBron James. Teague against Irving. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Down low, here's Jefferson. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Atlanta calls timeout. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. And the Hawks making a change here. Patterson's checked in. The Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Schroeder with the ball. He's got 6. And the layup is good. Schroeder's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
And you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Now here's Schroeder. Richard Jefferson missing his last shot. Patterson, the screen. The Hawks working the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Works it to Bazemore. Here's Patterson.
Hey.
And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That one on Jefferson.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Jefferson throws it down.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Atlanta with the ball. The Cavaliers making the shot. Sefolosha dishes to Patterson. And that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And that one's good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Splitter. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Here's Shumpert. And stolen by Patterson. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Schroeder. Can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch.
What a good time for the three-pointer. The fast break had the D scattered all over the place.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Schroeder, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Shumpert, no good. The Hawks trail by 4. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And Jefferson throws it down home.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Now Schroeder to end the run. So we've reached the end of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building, the backdrop for our presentation. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. Kenny, your thoughts. How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, you need to protect the ball and play under control.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. And Atlanta has possession. 6-point game. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
On the court for Atlanta, Millsap, the power forward, with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards, and it's Bazemore at the 3, the small forward. Here is Korver, the Cavaliers making the shot. Here's James, and it's sent back by Horford, and they get it back. From deep, another miss by LeBron.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
And Schroeder still with room to grow. I mean, he needs to improve his three-point shot and cut down his turnovers. But those are things that often come with time. And he's got time, still very young at this stage of his career. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Horford.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And for Schroeder, not a great outside shooter yet, but he's an attack guard. I mean, blinding speed, very slippery, eel-like. He gets into that lane and make a defense collapse in a heartbeat. That alone is where his value is right now.
So it's the Cavaliers now. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
Now here's Korver, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. It's Millsap with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Now, here is Irving. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
So it's Atlanta now, trailing here by 8. Teague against Irving, and it's slammed in by Teague.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
Mozgov, it's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one. The Hawks trail by 8. Teague, the pass to Korver. Again, the Hawks score.
That would be 4 in a row for them now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Smith drives in, and that one hits back iron. The Hawks have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. There's the pass to Millsap. Knocked away. Irving with the steal. He lobs it up, and the dunk by James.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Teague. He's got 9. And the rejection by Love. Irving kicks to James. That pushes it to double digits. And now a 10-point Cavalier lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Bazemore. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. 5 to shoot. James kicks to Love. Off target from outside. The Hawks trail by 8. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jones checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irving. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitters checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. Here's Bazemore. Here's Schroeder. Passes it to Splitter. And stolen by Love. Smith in the posts. Guarded by Korver. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by LeBron. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Cavaliers?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. And they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Here's Schroeder. J.R. Smith making his last shot. They shoot again. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Korver. Williams dishes to Smith. It's tipped and stolen by Scott.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Outside Korver. They get it back.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Good. Smith's got the lead up to 10 now for Cleveland.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
They get the rebound. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Dellavedova. Guarded by Korver. Snatched up. And here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Shumpert with the steal. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams. And the final period of play just about to start. Cleveland leading by 7. Thompson down low with Mozgov. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Jefferson in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Hawks on D. Dellavedova, the pass to Mozgov. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Rebounded by Cephalosha. The Hawks trail by 7. Now here's Schroeder and Horford. Here we go. Mozgov with the block. They retain possession. Cavaliers shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Cephalosha with the steal. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul.
Let's go.
That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Irving's checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Here's Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Well, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
So it's Cleveland again turning it over. Teague dishes to Schroeder. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
All right.
Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. Cleveland leading by 3. Irving passes to Jefferson. It's stolen by Schroeder. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. James checked in for Richard Jefferson.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
Cavaliers on D. They've led by as much as 10. Teague kicks to Millsap. Here's Schroeder. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Irving can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Mozgov against Millsap. To the left wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Schroeder. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Cavaliers leading. The drive by James. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now here's Schroeder. He feeds it to Horford. To the inside. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Horford. And 11 points for Teague.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing. And what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Here's Teague. The Cavaliers making the shot. Korver dishes to Horford. Stolen by Thompson. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Irving's got the ball. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. He has 12 points and the 1 steal.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Korver against Smith. Korver passes to Millsap. The kick out to Teague. 3 on the clock. Here's Bazemore, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That's just a foolish mistake right there, guys.
Yeah, inexcusable. You just cannot allow that to happen.
Lets it go from 11. Here's Mozgov. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
The dish to Horford, and stolen by James. And here comes Smith, leading the fast break. Irving with the ball. Now defended by Korver. Puts up a 3, and Kyrie Irving kicks the 3. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
So it's the Hawks now. And Teague, here we go. Down low. And it's Smith missing.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Bazemore, and Thompson sends it back. 1:30 left in the 4th quarter. Nobody near Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Here's Korver. No good, unable to end this run. Cleveland leading by 10. Here's the lob to the hoop, and finished off by LeBron.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
Now here's Korver. T kicks to Korver. And the shot falls short this time.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
That savvy little up fake there, ruling the D.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 14. There's 48 seconds left in the game. And Horford, here we go. And that comes off the assist by Jeff T.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
LeBron dishes to Smith. From 11 feet away. Atlanta with the rebound.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Teague. And it's out of bounds for the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 12. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Williams, here we go. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 14.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere. And no doubt that played a part in the big win.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
We knew that today was going to have that type of feel. It's two teams that have the same aspirations, and that's winning the NBA championship. So it was a great game. It went down to the wire, and we gave our beautiful fans a great show today, and it was fun.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Timofey Mozgov. Starting the second half, he came out with a nice stretch, hitting 4 in a row to help fuel their third quarter.
That big presence in the low post tonight was Timofey Mozgov, taking charge of this game. He was not going to be denied. Just a constant effort and motion all game long. Mozgov, great job for a man your size. I didn't think you could move like that.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again.